Good morning friends, I am Ashish Agarwal from team NGOenabler, and today in this video I shall discuss regarding the possibility of revising Form 10B or 10BB, that is the tax audit report and the income tax return, that is ITR 7 for charitable organizations. With the newly introduced forms 10B and 10BB in the previous financial year 2022-23, a lot of queries and confusions arose. Many organizations either filled the incorrect form or reflected the incorrect figures at the right place. I repeat, many organizations either filled the incorrect form or reflected the incorrect figures at the right place. Some of those though filled the correct figures but did it at the wrong place in the altogether newly introduced forms. These errors have led to a lot of organizations receiving notice under section 143 subsection 1 clause A due to mismatch in the figures reflected in form number 10B or 10BB and the corresponding figures as reflected in the income tax return. So let's discuss two major possibilities of discrepancy that can arise after the forms are filed and its possible solutions. The first one, in those cases where the figures in the form number 10B or 10BB were correct and the figures in the income tax return were inadvertently filled wrongly, so what should one do? The return should have been ideally revised before 31st December to match the corresponding figures as was filled in form number 10B or 10BB. What if the error was noticed after 31st December? The possibility of revision was officially over and the portal does not allow the revised return to be filed after the due date. Now what's the possible solution for that? In our understanding, the organization can wait for the intimation to be received under section 143 subsection 1 for filing the rectification return against it, and if the mistake is apparent from records, it will be 100% considered by the department. But if not, then the organization need to look into the other possibilities such as filing an appeal with the CIT appeals or application under section 264 before the Commissioner of Income Tax to consider the correct figures in the income tax return. Second instance, in those cases where the figures in the form 10B or 10BB were incorrect and the figures in the income tax return were filled correctly. Now this was the most asked question during the last 3 months, whether form number 10B or 10BB can be revised. In our opinion, yes, it can be revised. I repeat, yes, form number 10B or 10BB can be revised. Now what's my basis? Though the relevant section or the rules dealing with the forms does not specifically speak about it, but when the portal allows and gives the option of filing revised form number 10B or 10BB, of course, the intention of the legislature is very clear. Also, if we see the corresponding law for the business counterparts, the relevant rules dealing with their audit reports allows them to file the revised forms within 1 year from the end of the financial year to which it relates for certain reasons mentioned therein. Also, there is no specific provision for number of revisions in the tax audit reports, but yes, of course, the auditor has to give the reference of the previous audit report and the reason for revising the same. Considering these facts, I am of the opinion that even form number 10B or 10BB, which is the tax audit report for the charitable organizations, can also be revised. Another question that was asked, whether the revised due date shall be considered by the department or the original date shall hold its validity, because otherwise it will be considered as delayed filing of audit report. I repeat. Another question that was asked, whether the revised due date shall be considered by the department or the original date shall hold its validity, because otherwise it might be considered as delayed filing of audit report. In our opinion, For the revised audit report, please listen carefully. For the revised audit report, only the figures changed therein shall step into the shoes of the original audit report and not the date, which is very similar to the income tax return, where filing of the revised return is not considered as belated filing of return, but the figures are considered that of revised income tax return. So I hope I have been able to clarify regarding the possibility of revising form number 10B or 10BB and the income tax return in the context of charitable organizations. For more such videos, keep tuned to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe it and please put your notifications on. For any queries, you can visit our website, can mail us or comment below. Thank you.